What do you do with the KYC information? I know a lot of people want to know this.
So that data is stored according to the regulation. When you become a client of a regulated enterprise in finance, whether that's a bank, whatever it is, every country can be a bit different. In the US, you have to hold that data for 10 years after the relationship ends. In the EU, it's in Estonia, it's 5 years. It's 7 years in other countries. So it depends on the country, but we have to hold that data. That data is held in secure server and it sits there. Now, I guess a secondary question to that, do we share it with anyone? And we get that question often. So voluntarily, we share that data with no one. The only way we would share that data, so I'll give you two scenarios. One, we have been contacted in the past by law enforcement because someone's being investigated for a crime.
Right.
And the law enforcement has asked for information about a specific transaction. Now, when they know about a specific transaction, that means they've already gotten a judicial order to get the information. We provide the information they asked for because they already had it. They're just looking for confirmation.
Right.
If we're approached by law enforcement or anyone else to ask for information without a warrant for that information, we don't provide that information. We've never provided information to tax authorities. We've never been asked, and we haven't been pushed to provide either, and we won't unless we have no obligation to any tax authority. The one, I guess, caveat to that is when you buy securities through our securities marketplace and you're an Estonian resident, there's tax withholding because it's a security. And so we do provide tax withholding information to the Estonian government for Estonian residents that buy securities on our Invest platform. But that's just because it's a stipulation in the regulation.
So we have 65 concurrent viewers I see here right now, and that's 65 signups to CoinMetro. Based on that answer alone. Could someone come to CoinMetro, or I guess another exchange as well, with a suitcase full of money and say, I want to buy so much Bitcoin with this?
Theoretically, yes. However, there are protocols we would have to take from a regulation standpoint when we get cash. We don't necessarily do those type of transactions. However, if that type of transaction were to come, it's possible. However, to be honest, doing it over banking rails, even though that might not be the first choice for some people, definitely streamlines a lot of that process. And also protects our company and protects the person actually making the transaction as well.
Well, there's a lot of people that are in crypto that don't want to go through the bank, and it's not always necessarily money that's illegal or anything like that. Maybe they don't want their country government to know about it, for example, which would theoretically be illegal in their country. But for example, China, or maybe Iran, maybe some people need
to. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I think people fail to realize a lot of times that like a criminal act doesn't mean that morally you think it's criminal. So most people think if, saving some money on your taxes or not giving money to a corrupt government sounds like a pretty good idea. I mean, not giving money to a corrupt government sounds like a good thing to me. But in that country, that is a criminal act.
Yeah, pretty much.
So as a regulated exchange, obviously, we need to make sure that if that type of transaction happens, that it's legal on both sides. Yeah. If not, we can't take part because it puts us at risk. It puts the client at risk, but it also puts all of our other clients at risk. So like what happened, well, I don't know what rumor happened at OKCoin, months back, right?
Yeah.
Went offline for months because of a proposed regulatory.
That was it? Or something like that?
That was the rumor. I don't know if that's the case, but that was the rumor. So.